This is all the backstage stuff nobody gets to hear ever.
It's very Banksy lobby card. Thanks.
Yeah, you should see the next one. It's going to be fun.
It's your
I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. It's good. I like it. I like it.
All right. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yes.
This is like the overture, like when you saw Superman.
Right. Mm-hmm. I have to edit my privacy to make it Publix.
You have to edit your privates? What now?
It's what you do. Hello.
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 Hello there.
Welcome to the Oh Yeah Podcast, episode number 386, I believe.
Not even close.
No?
Not kind of close. If like within 100. How many jelly beans in the jar?
We're over digits. We're over
333,
digits.
I think isn't that what the Banksy card said?
I think so.
All right.
I don't know. I don't pay attention to those
Hi,
things.
Wayne. Hi, Wayne.
Hello, Wayne.
Kathleen!
Kathleen.
For those of you watching us on the various platforms, if you're on Facebook, excuse me, you have to give Facebook permission to use your name and stuff like that. And also, we have a special guest.
Hello.
Ah!
There he is.
Oh, podcast. Are we live?
Hey,
We are.
We're
Hello.
live.
Hello, everybody.
Hello. Hello.
Famous guy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He's
Marty and I are
representing-
on beard length. We both have Franco beat because we got the wraparounds. But yeah,
That's right. I have camp and beard that has not been shaved off, and I think I'm going to see how big it gets for C2E2. I'm going to go big. I'm going squatchy big.
all right, it's 6 months away, but all right, that's good. 5 months.
That's a good hat. I like that hat.
Oh, thanks, brother. Oh, yeah, man.
He's going to see how big the hat can get, too, before
Yeah.
C3 too.
The hat's holding back the hair right now. There's a lot of thickness underneath my hat.
Real thick.
I'm bringing the thickness and the girth.
Thank you, Andrew. I believe this comment is directly at me, so I will take it and say thank you. Appreciate it.
There's an S. That means for Franco. S for Franco.
Yeah,
it was
because
directed
Franco
at
is an ass.
my shirt.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that shirt.
I like it.
That is a beautiful shirt.
It's a beautiful
True.
shirt.
Oh, yeah. Wayne says stuff.
What's the reporter in the field? Is that code?
Oh, yeah. Reporter.
Did you say $10 more for that? What is that?
It's the microphone.
Oh, of course. Yes, indeed. He is. Yes. I'm standing live behind a sheet or in front of a sheet.
Mm-hmm.
Right
Why,
here.
why are you holding the microphone?
I like it.
Because it has handle.
I'm
It's
trying.
like in Sammy mode. Hey, man.
Hey, man.
I'm going
I'm
to
trying.
sing something from the American Songbook from one Ira Berlin. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And Mr. Bones.
Hey, man.
Skoke looks like he's got a wonky eye.
It's true.
Go Squonky.
What do I look at?
I'm looking at both of them, but only with
man.
one.
I'm trying
man.
something new, man. I'm out of the closet because
Oh, yeah?
for all those weeks and weeks we were potting, I was in my closet because that's where I did all my recording.
That's why it was dank, dark, and dead every time we go to your camera.
You had a nice ambiance.
I did. I got tired of it though because it's so cramped in there. I mean, it's a closet. So now I moved out into my kitchen, and that's where I am now. And I left the microphone in the closet so that it could always be in the same position, because it would drive me crazy every time I pod and I'd move the thing, but then if I do an audiobook or something, I can't ever get it back in the same position. So I left it there, and I'm man on the street with this my Bob Bar close as I can get to my Bob Barker style microphone.
Exactly.
Oh, I like.
So now, are you going to be in a different part of your apartment every time we pod now? Is that like you're going to be over in the laundry hamper next, and then the washing machine, like the kitchen sink? What's that all about?
I think it's a great idea. I could do one from the bathroom next to my Jeff Goldblum shower curtain.
Oh yes.
You can broadcast from the toilet. I'm sure everybody would love to see that.
I was watching Jeff Goldblum in the very cheesy, but yet I keep watching it when it's on Morning Glory, where Rachel McAdams is the producer of that morning show with
Rachel.
With Han Solo and Woody Allen's girlfriend.
I do not know what this is.
Rachel McAdams. You know who she is? She's the
yes.
One. Okay. I mean, I've just explained the plot, but I'll do it again. She was a morning, she's on a TV Good Morning America kind of show, but it's like the lowest rated show, and she's the new producer, and she's all excited. And the big news is joining Diane Keaton as a co-anchor. It's Harrison Ford, and he's like this straight ahead edge news guy, does not want to be on the morning show, only wants to do hard news. And it's like, oh, Mike, please do the segment. It'll be funny. Rachel McAdams and stuff. But she's lovely, so I can't help it. But yeah, it's I don't know. But Jeff Goldblum is the general manager. Like, oh, your ratings are low. I don't know if we're gonna keep you. That's almost like if Jeff Goldblum were Colonel Klink. Oh, again. Put you in the cooler.
So I just saw a clip of him on the Graham Norton show, where Graham Norton surprised him they made a big statue of him in England. In that reclining pose from Jurassic Pose, where his where his chest is out, but they couldn't bring the whole statue in, so they just brought the head in, and it was sitting on the couch next to him, so it was a lot of fun.
Oh my god, I gotta watch that.
I remember when that statue appeared, it just out of nowhere, and it was huge too. That was a huge statue. He's
like the last spontaneously great late night host, because I don't know why. Like if James Corden, and I like James Corden. But if James Corden or Fallon or somebody like that were to do like some of the same bits, I'd be like, whatever. But I don't know. I believe in Graham Norton. I don't know why, but I do.
I like Graham Norton.
I like Graham Norton.
I only see YouTube clips of him, but he's funny.
Yeah, well, that's what I do.
Can you see the show here, or how do you see it?
BBC America.
BBC One.
Or
BBC
if you're like
2.
me, you'll go to London and see it in person.
Oh, did you go there?
Yeah, that's where he got to smack Tom Cruise.
That's right. I looked him right in the eye.
Really?
Yeah.
You look downward, I would assume, because he's a tiny man.
I did. Our
hands
hands
slap down.
Yeah.
Did you backhand him or forehand?
No, he came to me. He came to me and shook my hand. Yeah. I yelled out. I said, "Hey!" I said, "Tom," like I knew him, and he came over to me. And he shook my hand,
right.
And I could see in his brain he was trying to figure out who I was.
He's like, "Who the heck is?"
Yeah, he figured it out. As soon as he figured it out, I was actually nobody.
You should have smacked him like Christina Ricci style or something.
I kind of like the celebrities that are like, yeah, everybody knows me. It's cool. All right, as Kansas once sang, "Everybody's my friend."
He was wonderful. He was He was really nice. So
was he wearing jeans?
No, he's wearing a full suit.
Oh, very carpet style.
Well, obviously he was there to do the show, I'm assuming.
He was there for the Graham Norton show.
Yeah.
Oh, did he jump on his couch too?
He did not. They do have a couch.
Did you see the show, or did you just see him going in and out?
No, I saw the whole show.
Are the tickets free like American TV?
Yeah, tickets are free. I found out that I was there by myself. I found out just a couple days before the show taping that I got a ticket, and I got in. They put me in a VIP section, like 2 rows from the stage.
Wow,
so really close too. Yeah, it's quite an operation. It's really smooth. They know what they're doing.
Was there a
big audience?
Well, it's always a big he always has like 3 guests. So did you know the other people, or were they British stars that you didn't know?
You know, it was her name was I think Annabelle Wallace. She was promoting the Mummy movie with Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise,
yeah.
Oops.
And, using my spring break lawyer fame. Absolutely. As a matter of fact, Tom Cruise said to me, "Hey, aren't you the guy, the eighth guy from the left, running with the flesh-colored thong?"
Hey, were you in that fart scene in the courtroom? I think that was you, right?
That was me. Zac Efron was the other one who was there.
Uh-huh.
Was he in Fart Lawyer too?
I was going to say, grabs you by the shoulders, like, I'm thinking Spring Break Lawyer 2. What do you think?
It's funny that you said it was Zac Efron, because the clip I saw recently because those come up in stacks, so you see a couple of clips at a time. So the second one after the Jeff Goldblum head with his head was Tom Cruise, and Zac Efron was like really crushing on Tom Cruise. Yes. And he was saying like, "Oh, I really study your scenes," and like blah blah blah, and I'm like, "Whoa, they're gonna have sex right here on the couch."
Exactly. Ooh,
they're gonna sword fight.
That was the show I was
lightsabers.
That one, the Zac Efron one, where he said, "I study your every move, every film."
Those are the three. It was Zac Efron, Cruise, and Woman from the Mummy.
Yeah, and there was a musical guest too, but I
wanted to ask. I wasn't sure.
I can't remember what her name was.
I know, crushing. You have hearts above your head right now.
I do.
Do you watch?
I want to go back and watch that clip and see if I could see you.
Yeah, I want to see it. No.
I've never actually watched the show I was at, so I wonder whether or not you could see me.
There've been a couple fights that were on ESPN where I was there, and I'm so bummed that some tapeworm has not uploaded. I'm sure I might have the fight somewhere on one of my VCRs because I kept my VCRs of all my boxing stuff. And I know that when they would swing to the corner, you could see me behind the corner.
How can they hear you? Are you sitting there going like this?
They call me shaky for a reason. No, I'm watching the fight. I got my pad in my hand. I'm like totally like Joe Roy, reporter. I'm like it's a distance away, but I knew where I sat and I knew it was me. I'm like, there I am. I'm like Joey and Friends with the porn. There I am. Yeah.
Did you get any sound clips of you enjoying the fight? Like, hilarious.
Oh no,
attaboy.
I know. I was much quieter. God, I was at a memorial yesterday. Totally true.
Oh no.
And no, but it was really nice, and it was a celebration of life rather than poor Juddy's dead. And it was great. It was for my social studies teacher, and very accomplished man, nationally known for a geography expert in that Golden Apple Award kind of world. Of on PBS, here's the famous teachers. He was one of these people. Amazing. So, but regardless, it was really funny, and it was, like I said, it was the celebration of life. But when they would say funny stories, I'm like, ha 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 ha! I'm at a funeral.
Yeah, that's your voice. Hilarious.
I couldn't exactly. No, it was definitely, but it was true. I mean, they were funny stories, and they wanted people happy. But I was definitely the loudest laugher. Ladies and gentlemen, at every morning, enjoy John Suntress, the loudest laugher.
Were you on George Lopez one time?
Yeah, you were. George
wandering at Comic-Con, like in a white and blue striped shirt, and literally, I'm like, "Hey, look, it's a blonde ape." Like
I was watching that show on TV, and I caught it. Like, whoa, there's Johnny.
He's already told me. I'm like, what? And he's like, yeah, you're on George Lopez, sir.
Yeah, Lopez was in the San Diego Comic-Con walking the floor.
He was doing Q&A with these. And just all of a sudden,
looking around, looking at the map. Where am I?
Running.
Lumbering.
I literally was lumbering.
You were lumbering, yeah.
I was absolutely lumbering.
You were right after you were meandering. First it's meandering, then it's lumbering, because that's the first step you take after
you had 50 pounds for lumbering, basically.
Yeah, you meander.
Like Skunk can meander. I'm lumbering. Now, pretty much anywhere I'm lumbering.
Lumbering's the first step after the meander. Let's go that way. Okay. You move.
Well, that's what I mean. Come on, Wayne, we're going this way. Yeah, okay, boy. Yep.
I liked it.
Very sad.
It's good.
I didn't know Andrew Clark. Anyone watch Masters of the Universe? I didn't know it had debuted.
It makes Kevin Smith cry, so I don't know if I could watch it.
It's going to make everything make Kevin Smith cry, doesn't it?
Star Wars made him cry. Batman made him cry. Ben Affleck dressed in the suit made him cry.
Well, it's the
I mean, really, I was going to swear I stopped myself. What he always says, I'll suck a.
Any hot pepper uses.
Not lately, Wayne. I'm trying to come up with a new recipe for a new hemorrhoids cure. Ideally, that wouldn't involve hot peppers because, man, that sounds painful.
Yeah, because wouldn't it burn more?
I would think so.
Are you a hot pepper guy, Scope?
I didn't write the book. No, I am not. I'm not good with hot, spicy things. I can't handle them too well.
As you get older, literally your taste buds die off. So, like, you might want to, so you might find a better tolerance. I have found that myself.
Well, I look forward to this.
So,
all the taste buds.
You get ear and nose hair, but your taste buds die, so you can enjoy things. You can enjoy more complicated food. So,
I'm looking forward to the ear and nose hair too.
And then you if you gain another 50 pounds.
Well, it's good when you can connect the ear hair with your beard, and then it could look like earmuffs.
That is driving me crazy. The whiskers that are way too close to your nose, and literally I'm like with a little tweezer scissor, ding, 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 constantly.
I figure 40 days is a good length for to get a good starter beard.
Oh yeah.
Every time I watch Survivor, they start out with no beards, and by the end of the show, everyone's all hairy. So that's good. That's a good measurement for beard growth. If you look at your calendar and said, "Oh, I don't have to be anywhere for at least 40 days," that's a good time to start.
Next time on the Facial Hair Podcast, we'll be discussing combing your stash and beard. And when is Just for Men the best solution?
When there's only men? Just for Men?
No, that's that coloring for your beards.
Oh, with Emmett Smith, right? He was on a commercial with his comb.
I don't remember Emmett Smith. Oh, I didn't remember that Emmett Smith did.
Yeah, he was on there combing his hair.
Hello, Bernie.
Hello, Bernie.
What's up, Bernie? Hello, Bernie.
Hey, I saw a question about Patrick the Wolf Boy.
Yeah.
Merch. Doesn't one of you guys have a T-shirt in there in your store somewhere?
Yeah, there's Wolf Boy shirts on my Threadless.
Your Threadless.
Our balls are Threadless.
Nice. This fine item. This T-shirt.
Whoa.
Yeah, that same place where that one's up there too. I'm gonna redo some. What is it, Patrick? Oh, that's from Buzz. Buzz, a good man. Need a new shirt. Yeah, there's shirts on Threadless. I think it's threadless.com/ArtBaltazar. There's some up there. I got him woofed out.
Yeah. Franco, you do as well.
Yeah. Bugs eat some. It looks like some of the
bed bugs. Absolutely.
Yeah, man. You guys want to hear the bed bug story?
Sure.
I was telling
I did not, Mario. I did not watch Space Jam. Too many no's. I'm like, should I give a damn enough about Space Jam? Should I watch it? And
but I heard that.
Yeah, maybe not.
I heard the first one wasn't that good either.
I've seen the first one. I mean, it isn't that good, but there were a few little things at the beginning of the movie. He's playing golf with Bill Murray and Larry Bird.
Oh, is he?
It's really funny, and at one point, Bill Murray or Jordan goes, "Well, Larry's a white guy," and he goes, Bill Murray's like, "Larry's not white. Larry's clear."
I remember that part. Yeah.
So there's a few things like that are funny, and Bill Murray's great. Bill Murray's great in everything. Except I still haven't seen Garfield. I can't bring myself to watch it.
Oh, no, I'm never going to watch that.
All right,
I've watched it twice. It's my favorite movie.
Do you really?
No.
I don't need it.
All right, there you go.
Garfield doesn't talk like that. He talks like the cartoon. It's a drastic change.
He talks like Lorenzo Music.
Yeah.
I prefer Lorenzo Music to Bill Murray as Garfield. Absolutely, man. Carlton, your doorman?
Yeah.
Very
good. Is that who he is? Lorenzo Music?
Yeah, same guy. Yeah, from Rhoda. Oh, hi, Cotton.
Didn't he create? Wasn't he executive producer or creator of Rhoda?
Yeah, he was actually a very good comedy writer. Absolutely.
Rhoda.
Lorenzo Music. He had like a folky, like Glenn Campbell, Johnny Cash kind of summer show where they'd play folk music and then do comedy sketches and stuff. Him and his woman. I don't know if they're on YouTube, but it was not good. But I like his comedy.
Also, the voice of Peter Venkman for.
Oh, that's right. Well done.
Garfield.
Yes. I see Mark Lafreniere, fine viewer of ours. Yeah, he mentions that as well. And that's right.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh, there it is. Yeah.
Buzz, when you say it weren't for any of us, do you mean just us in general, or guys in general, or just people?
Or Earthlings, people of Earth. Space Jam is for the aliens, and I heard there were no aliens in this new movie, Space Jam, but they weren't in space.
I heard, and I also heard because I saw the trailer. So it's not really LeBron's real family. Like it's a wife and child, but it's not really. You know, I mean, they're actors.
I got confused because I was going to watch the trailer for Space Jam, but I wound up watching the trailer for Dune, and I got very confused.
There was no basketball.
Yeah, sandworm. Yeah, why is LeBron fighting sandworms? I'm very confused.
Sandworm.
What's this spice that they're all taught? Is that code for pot?
I have a buddy we used to call the sandworm. It's weird, really weird. I can't tell you the story on the air.
Terrible nickname.
You can't tell the story on the air?
No, I can't. Not on the air. It's awful.
Sandworm.
Well, let's just say he used to bring ice to every party, and that's why we invited him. So, no.
I got the ice.
Sandworm. All right, come on in, Sam. SW. You know, he thought we were calling him Star Wars, but no. SW.
Did you say Star Wars? I like
I'm a Star
Why
Wars
did you call
fan.
me Sandworm? Is it
Sure,
because
Sandworm. I mean, Star Wars.
The sandpaper trail I leave?
You must put a sandworm in either IEC Comics or in Tiny Titans or in the
Sandworm.
Maybe the Super Pets could fight a sandworm if you still
They
have
could.
So
I could fit him in there. You could
Chapter
fight some
6.
lanterns.
It's the starfish from Aquaman or whatever it was that he used to ride, the seahorse, and
Storm. I'm drawing a
Starfish.
storm.
He used to ride the starfish.
Yeah,
It was like real tight. It was on there real tight.
My brain
Just
was
parts
totally
of them would ride it.
seahorse, but my mouth is like starfish.
Starfish.
But yeah, anyway, and I was gonna say Wonder Woman's was it the kangaroo?
Her steed. Yeah, her kangaroo. Jumper.
Yeah,
I'm working on those now. I'm actually drawing the Storm and Aquaman book. Riding his seahorse, yeah.
Hey, Artie, we should pitch a new DC book where Jumpa and the seahorse get together and make a new
movie.
They can make the sandworm.
They make a sandworm. Yeah,
we can make it happen for real. DC continuity.
Fast and a Furious kind of jump between skyscrapers. Hold on, dude. Oh!
Thank you, Wayne. It was Storm was the seahorse.
Yeah.
Awesome. Pucker was the starfish. Pucker was the starfish. Yeah, because he was on the real tight.
Pucker.
Well, he's on a real tight, and only parts of him would fit.
Well, he'd be like this. He'd be on there like this.
Oh. Yeah,
well, it's like when the Justice League is possessed by Starro, and they all got how you doing?
I got the faces, one eye.
Yeah, Aquaman had it on his crotch though. So
we did a Tiny Titans story, and the Titans got Star Road, and they liked it. They're like, "Oh yeah, it feels good."
Oh, hilarious!
Yeah. And the other Titans, we got to get out of here. They left them. They left them with the stars on their faces.
That was cool on the Batman Brave and Bold cartoon too. They had the whole the Starro subplot.
Yeah, I think there's a Starro in one of the new movies coming out. I saw something in the trailer.
Oh yeah, maybe
was it Suicide Squad?
I was gonna say maybe it's the Suicide Squad
with the shark guy, the King Shark.
Yeah, Aldrin is correct. At least the first Space Jam had a great song by a pedophile.
Which one? From Michael?
R. Kelly.
I believe I could fly.
I could release myself on little girls.
Yeah, that
song
was in the
sucks.
Space Jam movie.
Song sucks so bad.
Yeah,
I don't understand why people like that song.
He wrote it, and Brian McKnight sang it. That's right. Yeah, I know. Artie, I was the same way with
song sucks.
The Greatest Love of All. It's
I
like,
hear it.
All right, relax.
Yeah, that too. That song sucks too.
Like, we were done at about 30. This song should have been like 30 seconds long. We get it, Whitney. Shut up.
Any song's gonna make me turn off the radio while I'm driving, that's the one. I believe I'm gonna click. I never know what he believes he could do because it's such a suck before he finished the sentence. What's he believe he could do? I don't know.
Chorus at the end of the song, it's like, calm down. Mm-hmm. Fine, fly.
Moaning in the Star Wars.
So fly already. Who cares?
There's always moaning.
Back on W. Gary Marshall Radio. Here's a wonderful song that we broke on Joni Loves Chachi.
They should have Sexual Chocolate sing those songs.
Sexual Chocolate.
Did you guys see Coming to America yet? The sequel?
Not the second one, no.
You must, Artie. That's all I'll say is the second
I'm gonna. It's on my list.
Everybody, would you agree?
You need two hammers, Artie.
Do you really?
Yeah, you need two hammers.
How about a ball ping hammer? One of those kinds?
Little cheesy, but I liked it enough. And I really like Wesley Snipes in it.
Ball peen hammer and then a sledgehammer. You're gonna
need. Oh my god!
Yeah. I liked it better than that.
The sledgehammer destroys it all. You never have to watch a movie for like 6 months. I believe I could touch it. What?
I could touch a child.
They weren't kids. They were 15. Yeah, I know.
Exactly. That's how the hell did I know she was 13?
They're just 15. Like young women. Yeah. They're women, but they're just very young. Yeah.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yeah.
The French press. Your Honor, it is not our fault that the hormones that they inject in today's milk products are creating young women that are, shall we say, developed before their time.
So, yeah, you wouldn't have thought that when you were 15, but your 45-year-old brain tells you.
Honestly, sure. Back, and this is not in any way, let me just tell this story. Back when we were kids, there'd be like one child who developed physically early.
7th grade, man.
There are hundreds. I see this in the burbs with my friends who have children and stuff, and it's like, Jesus, man. And truly, the doctors are like, it's the hormones in the milk. They do that for the benefit of the cow, but it is passed on to us, and it causes for women. It sometimes.
Well, how come it doesn't happen to boys?
I don't know. Hey, man.
Boys should get longer, stronger.
Can I just say everything I said? I'm completely full of BS, and I have no idea what I'm talking about. I'm sure I'm talking out of my ass. Boys
should be 7 foot tall by 8th grade. If that's true.
But think of honestly, like the football players that are teenagers and that are hulking guys.
There are giant guys now.
This sports. Is one. So truly, I mean, honestly, I know. I sound like Jimmy the Greek. This is the modern.
Get off my lawn.
But honestly, this is what the doctors have told me. All anecdotal.
The doctors have told you you've done extensive research. I see.
No, it was like one of those barbecue observations of, how who's that? Oh yeah, that's my my daughter's
So wait, let me get this right. You're getting medical information from doctors at barbecues.
No, but it's like, okay, that's a 15-year-old girl, and it's like, and it's like, wow. In terms of she's very womanly for only being 15.
Finally,
not in any rude way. Thank you.
Meet the Fockers. Meet the Fockers. Greg. I've got nipples. Can you milk me, Greg? Yeah.
Oh, that's right. That's right. That's Focker.
De Niro. That was his downward spiral for a while.
I completely agree. It's very simple.
I liked the Meet the Fockers. I thought it was very funny.
It was. But then he says,
De Niro. Tell us about the bed bugs, because we got distracted.
Want the bed bugs?
Yeah.
Well, we had bed bugs. We had a cabin in Wisconsin. We went camping and we rented a cabin, and Sonny got bit on it. The couch he was laying on had bed bugs, and he got multiple bites. He captured the little bugs, and so we told the owner.
Wait, the little bugs?
Yeah, they were tiny. But he captured him in a like a cup, some plastic clear container.
Because when you like little bugs, I'm like, that's a pretty damn big bug.
They were in there though. You could see them. You shake them up and they jump around. And when we first told the camp owner, they said, "Well, it's not our beds. You brought them out." They were denying. We're like, "No, here they are. We caught them in the cabin." So, in order to get rid of bed bugs, is you can't spray, you can't fumigate. The only thing that kills them is heat. They can't live if it's 120 degrees or higher. So
because living on the sun is hard. Yeah.
Yeah, it's real difficult to live on a volcano. So he brought this heater in there, and it heated up the room. We got all of our stuff out. We even left the food in the fridge because he said, "Oh, the fridge is insulated. You're good." Okay. So he heated up this heater, and we waited 20 minutes, and he goes, "Oh, good. We're up to like 98 degrees." And he looked 5 more minutes. We're up to 111. Like, okay. And then it got past 120. And he said, oh, good. 120 degrees. I'll let this run for it. Said, you got to run it between 4 and 6 hours to kill the bugs. And we're like, okay. So he went, and I'm outside. I'm wearing my sketchbook, and I'm on a picnic table, barbecue, hot dogs, whatever I'm doing.
Is this during the daytime, or did it have to run into the nighttime as
well?
No,
it was morning. It was from like 10:30 he started, and he finished at about 6 at night. We finally put our stuff back in. But he went away and he came back every half an hour. So he would check again the temperature. He got one of those little laser pointers. And then it turned, he goes, wow, it's 153 degrees. Like, wow. We're all like, Like, that's cool. And then he goes, I'll be back later. And then he came back again.
Did you do that experiment where you like crack an egg and you put it on the floor of the cabin and see what happens?
I wanted it so bad. We wanted to fry an egg. And so when he came back again, he opened the door and his eyes got all red. His face, he was like this. And he goes, oh, he starts coughing and he's holding on to the doorknob and he closes it. And he looks at his meter, and it's at 170 degrees. It was 170 degrees in our cabin. And
hey, come on!
So honestly, the time I drove through Death Valley in a convertible, it was less degrees than that. It was 106 degrees when I went through Death Valley.
It was so hot.
Today, with global warming, they said in I forget what region it was 130.
Yeah, and I know that Dakota or something, North Dakota had 120. That weekend or something, or Arizona. Sure. And so we were thinking, he says, well, I don't think anything's going to survive right now. And he couldn't even touch the doorknob. It was so hot.
Yeah, because if he opens it, he's going to get backdraft.
Yeah, so, but the only thing he forgot, like, he just put the heater in there. So, all right, got your stuff yet? And he goes, oh, he switched it on. So when we looked through the window, which was 100 degrees, he touched the glass and it was hot. It's like touching the side of an oven, you know? And so we looked inside and all the blinds, they're all drooping. And all the ceiling fan was all wilted. It was like lettuce. It was wilted. And he had this thing for the hand sanitizer. It was all melt. The hand sanitizer was bubbling, and it was all melting. Everything he had in there.
Lava lamp. You were making a lava lamp in there.
Yeah, it was like everything that was inside that was made of plastic it's all damaged. And finally, that lasted about 6 hours till we moved in. But it was so funny because they forgot to take out all the stuff. You know, like their chairs and tables. So when they came back, him and his wife came back and they had to empty the room. And they had to use gloves and rags just to pick up the table because they said the table's so hot. Right. So I went over and touched it. They had to clean up everything. But it was so cool. And at the end,
it wasn't cool at all.
It was very hot in there. It was like volcanoes, like the volcano. It was like Mars, Mercury hot in there. So when we went to go check on our food, the fridge door, the magnet, you know, the seal, it got melted to the so we had and we pulled out the stuff. And
did your refrigerator turn into like a makeshift oven? Did everything cook inside the refrigerator?
Everything in the fridge froze. Our cans of soda were solid ice. Everything in it was solid. Like the waters, everything was. It amplified the fridge. I don't know how that did it.
So literally, what you're saying is the
what do you think happened, Dr. Balthazar? Amplified the fridge.
So the inside of your cabin, hell froze over inside your cabin.
Yeah. So you were safe in the fridge for a little bit, but then you would have
like frozen. Indiana Jones in Indy 4.
It was so. It was interesting, and it took a little while for the steam to get out because when you heat up a wooden cabin to 170 degrees, the wood kind of gets charred a little bit. It gets warm. So it smelled like a campfire a little bit. It had the smell that like the wood was rejuvenated, refreshed, and like, man, I don't know. But the bugs returned after it cooled. I think they came back. They receded and went to the edge of the.
We're gonna get the hell out of here. It's too hot. Yeah. We'll come back later.
Exactly. Bring it out for pizza. We'll come back.
Yeah, I think they went out of the wood and just held out to where it was cool enough. And then when it cooled off, they just went back in. And so Sonny slept on that couch again, and they ate him again. They bit him again, and he caught like 4 more. And we're like, I don't know what to do here, man.
See, so I think the three of us would have left after the initial bed bug attack, but that's just
yeah.
I don't think we would have stayed for the roasting of the cabin.
Well, that was the eventual.
All the bed bugs are like, hey guys, let's hide out in the fridge. This will be over in 5 hours.
Yeah, they're all clinging to the milk bottle. Yeah.
Well, the good thing is we had 2 cabins, so we were ready to all jump in one cabin. But but that was it. That was pretty cool. I didn't get bit or anything, so I was fine. But whoever slept on that couch was doomed.
That's the happy ending of the story. I didn't get bit.
I didn't get bit. I would never known it would happen.
Poor Sonny.
Yeah, he got bit
all
like
has he had like a skin reaction where I'm fine?
No, just lumps all on his back and his arms.
Oh, the poor guy.
Yeah, they attacked him.
Sorry, Sonny, that's terrible. Man.
Yeah, so he's okay, but we had to burn stuff. We couldn't go home right away. We had to go to the laundromat and just launder everything, or launder, is that it? Clean everything. Or we just burn stuff. Like, I don't need this T-shirt.
I don't understand. Why did you do that? Why didn't you just leave it inside the cabin while they?
We should have just
burning stuff.
That would have been cool. It was real cool. I never knew that could happen. Like, you could roast something that's not an oven. We should have brought frozen pizzas. We would
put those on the floor.
Yeah.
Although you don't want the food to mix with like the melting plastic and whatever.
Yeah,
gases escape from that. But
it was nuts, man.
I only know about development. That's all. That's my field.
It would burn the fluids in your eyes the moment you would open the door to steam. It's worse than a sauna. You can't survive in there.
Oh yeah,
Marty comes home like this, and everybody's like, "What's the matter?" He's like, I got dry eye.
What do you mean?
All of the liquid in my eyes burned off.
Yeah,
I got dry eye.
The guy and his wife kept going in there after it was cooling down. They were cleaning, and they would come out all soaked, sweaty. I'm sitting there doing a live stream, looking for Sasquatch. It's good times.
And the bugs themselves were big enough that you could see them?
Yeah. Yeah. They're like
they were this big.
Yeah, they look like they're brown and they're flat. They look like ticks. They look like but they're small enough where you could pick them up if you need to pick them up. They were like almost like a little smaller than a ladybug.
2 hours only talking about bugs, please.
Yeah, we could.
Yeah.
They were a little smaller than like a ladybug, but they were there.
Man.
Sweet.
This is. I think this is actually worse than your Ramona Theater cat story.
The Rat Ramona Theater.
The Rat Theater, exactly.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We didn't have any rats. We had chipmunks though. That's about it. Yeah, he's saying the chipmunk came out of the woods.
Right, exactly. The bugs are bigger because of all the hormones in the milk. Exactly.
Yeah, they were drinking the milk.
See, Wayne's learned. Absolutely.
They all had
Mr. Science. I'll tell you about how old people get that sag under their elbows.
That's right. Oh, it was weird. They all had large breasts, all the bugs. Yeah. And they were all saying, I'm only 14. And I'm like, what? Like, how's this happening?
And the other bugs are like, finally,
let's heat that place up. That's what they said. Go on vacation with Art, Bernie says.
My classmate. What are you talking about? Everything's fine.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I did have a chipmunk. As I was sitting drawing, he came out of the forest and stood on my shoe.
Really?
Came and leaned on my shoe and did it like how babies crawl up on the couch. But he crawled and stood on my shoe, and he didn't know I was real. He didn't know I was real. And then I just twitched, and he flipped around and ran away.
He was probably trying to warm his testicles because you had just come out of the cabin.
Yeah, all that testosterone, all those hormones.
I'm back on vampire hours, and and I'll sometimes like take out trash at like 5 a.m. or something like that. And when I go outside on our the front lawn of our building and stuff, there's always like 2 or 3 bunnies, and they're so adorable, and they're just and they're just hanging out. And then like most of them, as soon as you start walking, they scatter. Yeah, every now and then you'll get one. I'm not afraid of you. I'm just
you're not going to do an of mice and men thing, are you, with them?
Oh, my little bunny rabbit! I will hug him. I won't name him George. Gosh, it's hot. That already happened.
Gosh, it's hot. Gosh, it's hot.
Gosh, it's hot.
And he's just dripping water. And he's an abominable snowman. He melts away.
Artie went on vacation and he lost 20 pounds.
That's right.
You're like in Raging Bull, Artie. No water. Keep working. 5 more minutes.
It was rough, man. Yeah. It was pretty fun, though.
Oh, it's hysterical. Jeez Louise. Oh, man.
Gosh, it's
have you guys all watched Loki at this point?
Skoke and I finished it literally minutes before this very podcast.
Yeah. So what'd you guys think?
I thought it was a slow start. I was like, I wasn't into the TVA thing. I felt like some of the jokes were just really bland, and I was like, oh, come on, guys! Like, this is a Marvel thing. Like, let's do better here. Like, run this by some comedy writers first. But the last 2 episodes, things got a lot better, a lot more interesting with the multiverse and all that stuff happening. So I ended up enjoying it in the end, and I'm curious about the next season.
I was confused. The second and third, fourth episode. The last 2 made sense. I liked all the Lokis, the old guy Loki.
That was awesome.
And the Loki, President Loki, and they were in the hatch, the bowling alley. That was all cool stuff. I still didn't know what was going on, but I liked what I was looking at. And the last episode, I really liked that they faced the bad guy and they just talked. I thought that was the coolest part. It felt like a Tarantino script. We're just gonna sit and talk.
I told
that was okay.
I told Whitey, my buddy Whitey, that he should pay very close attention to the dialogue in the last episode because of that.
Yeah.
But ultimately, I was never bored. Loved the whole thing. I thought at first when I saw what's his face, Owen Wilson.
Yeah.
Owen Wilson.
Wow.
Yeah. When I first saw
my impersonation of him. Wow.
Exactly. They got to have the more indentations in his brain. But I thought he was going to be Howard Stark because he looked like younger Howard, Tony's dad.
Yeah.
And I was surprised instead when he was the TVA guy. I like the concept of the TVA. I was never bored. I thought Sylvie was a great character, and I loved the last couple episodes.
Yeah.
It felt like obviously Kid Loki looked like Kid Loki from the comics, and but I really loved older Loki. To me, that was 616 Loki. It really,
that was him. Yeah,
absolutely. That's your classic Kirby Loki, basically.
Because the character that played
Mobius.
It was from
one of the two.
You can also refer to him as Ka-Chow. Those are the 2 things. Yeah, Ka-Chow or
Jet Ski guy.
He was based. The original character in the comics was based off Mark Runwald, so that's why he had the mustache and everything. Because he was supposed to be a character based off of Mark Runwald from the comics, but now it's the Timekeeper, whatever his name was.
Yeah, you said old Loki all day long, and I'm like, honestly, there was a little part of me that's like, if Tom Hiddleston is bored, totally make old Loki like current, like moving forward.
Oh yeah,
Loki, I would have been totally fine with that. Because
why can't you do a spin-off series or something? I'm sure
a million variants, all the different alternates, so he could come back. All of them could come back in some fashion.
Yeah, I like Loki, but I thought he should have been more clever, more deviant, because he got soft. And I didn't buy that he fell in love. I thought he was going to trick her somehow at the end, but instead he fell in love with her, and then she tricked him. She shot him away. She's put him somewhere.
Well, I'm convinced that it's not Loki. That's kind of weird that he's kissing himself, even though
thankfully that's what she said at the end. She said,
"I'm not you." Yeah, I think she's the
Enchantress.
Enchantress, yeah.
She has the same name as her from the comics. Her name was Sylvie.
I never knew that. I was wondering if Sylvie was somebody's name, and that makes sense because she kept saying, "I'll enchant them." So she's
she did
the Enchantress.
I think Enchantress used the name Sylvie early on when she was first created.
I'm gonna look that up while we're talking.
Yeah, I think it is. Alligator Loki. They want us to know Alligator Loki Gator. I did like the Loki Gator.
There was a lot of meme generated from Loki Gator.
Yeah. I liked it all. I enjoyed it, even though I was confused, wondering. I knew that they were out of time, like because he time jumped with the Tesseract and all that, and I was waiting for Marty McFly to show up, because of all of his variants, But it was pretty cool. I liked it all.
You know what I really like about all of these Marvel shows is they've all been so different from each other, and I really do like that, because they could have really fallen into this trap of just kind of doing not the same story but the same thing, the same kind of theme, the same kind of feeling. But all of them have felt so different that I really do enjoy it. And Wayne says that Art is correct about Sylvie.
Mm-hmm. Sylvie is one of the again, using the terms of the MCU now, variants of the Enchantress, because she had other names and incarnations as well. So I believe, yes, it is Kang. I believe it is Kang.
Is that the guy? The guy at the desk at the end?
Immortus, right? That's who it was. Yeah,
the one who doesn't speak or whatever his name is.
If they really want to fake us out, they should introduce Kid Iron Lad, who also Kang when he, Young Avengers.
I think that's what they're driving towards, because look what they set up in WandaVision and everything. I think it's all driving towards more of these Disney Plus shows, which would be very, very smart.
But also Doctor Strange, because Doctor Strange, they already said, was going to involve alternate universes and everything.
But also,
and obviously, Spider-Man.
Isn't the origin of Kang? Isn't he Reed Richards' father originally? So that would be
Wayne,
a cool way.
We'll let Wayne be.
Yeah, because his last name was Richard.
I think you're right.
Richard Richards, maybe, but he would be cool. That would be a cool way to introduce.
Ramatut, that's right. I forgot he was also Ramatut. Yep.
Yeah, it'd be a cool way to introduce the Fantastic Four then, if he goes back into his origin.
Yeah,
I'm thinking that's what's going to happen with Doctor Strange in the multiverse, in the madness that is the multiverse.
Whatever madness. Yeah.
I think Doctor Strange was supposed to be at the end of Wanda, but they ran out of
they changed it.
COVID and all that stuff changed.
Right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I still like that series the best out of all the three.
Really? That's
except for the ending. The ending was a bit of a
that's what Keith was saying. It was the best. Yeah. I think I really still liked Falcon and Winter Soldier, but Loki's right there.
Yeah, Loki.
I won't argue if someone says no, Loki's better. I'm okay with that.
Loki had the big proportions like Endgame had, where it's big universe affects everything.
Yeah.
Because now once you go big, it's hard to go back to like the ground level bank robber kind of guys.
Well,
you gotta be with these big cosmic stuff.
Has everyone else seen Black Widow? I haven't seen it yet.
No.
Yes, I have.
Well, and whatever you want, like, what would you say?
I won't go into spoilers, but the thing that I liked the movie. I thought it was fun, but sitting there watching it, I felt kind of let down because I had no vested interest, because I know that the character dies in this timeline of the MCU, the movie timeline.
Yeah.
So and I know that there was a lot of hullabaloo about female lead films with some of this Marvel stuff that was happening, and how they wouldn't believe or couldn't believe that they would be able to generate money or anything with a female lead. So watching this, I'm thinking, I don't care about this because she's already dead. She's already dead. So I'm like, why do I care? This would have been so much better, and I would have liked it so much more if it had come out after Civil War and not now.
Yeah, before she died. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, sure. Okay.
If it came before her proper time.
I like and I always forget her name, blonde Black Widow.
Florence Pugh.
Is that her real name or whatever?
Florence Pugh is the sister.
Okay,
and I forget her
sister,
name.
Florence.
The sister. Lana Yeleva, I think is her name or something like that. Yeah.
But I like her in Fighting with My Family, that WWE movie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The Rock was in there, right, or something?
Yes. No, I think that's a very funny movie, and it made me like the actor. So the fact that she's young Black.
I forgot that was her. Yeah, I like that movie. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And again, so I mean, and I just keep tug of war because I have a theater that I could walk to, but it sucks.
Me too, Bernie. Me too.
They have all. Absolutely. The people with cell phones and people talking. It's really annoying going to. And I could watch it on Disney. I just haven't had like 2 hours to like burn. I mean, literally, that's why I was watching Loki right before we were talking and everything today.
Nice.
So, but yeah, but I'll see it. I want to see it. I might end up seeing Suicide Squad before it. I don't know.
I think Black Widow shows up in October for free. I think that's what I saw.
Yeah. I mean, I'll probably see it before it's free, but maybe not. I don't know. Again, now Wonder Woman 84 is on HBO Max. I've yet to do it.
That was a good one.
Well, I watched that's really interesting, Artie, because honestly, I watched the first 20 minutes found myself not paying attention when it was free on HBO Max. And I'm like, well, why am I still trying to watch it if I'm, I can't, it's not holding my attention.
Yeah.
Thank you, Yolanda Belova. That's how I order my borscht when I go to Moscow. Can you make it Yolanda Belova a little more?
Heavy on the Yolanda, light on the Belova.
Isn't that a sushi dish, Yolanda Belova? I believe you could get that with the California roll. Yeah.
Exactly.
I once tried to order
Yolanda Belova all over me, Al. Jesus. Use a bib.
All over the place.
So I don't know. Oh, yeah, I know, Bernie. That's true, and pretty fucking obvious. Pardon the F-bomb, but yeah, I mean, it's like,
really.
Well, yeah, of course they're all mad. I mean, and Black Widow's, I guess, the litmus test where they made like 80 million the first weekend, and then it was like less than 30 the second, and meanwhile, it was like 60 million of Disney Plus money from streaming.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But I also heard that they lost a lot of money because it was on Disney Plus, that there was a lot of piracy. A lot of people recorded it and put it out and stuff like that. But,
and that's another, absolutely. You're absolutely right. So,
crazy.
Again, well, this is welcome to this world. I mean, it's truly, we're not going to really know for another 12 months. And who knows now, because we might have another lockdown. You never know.
Yeah.
It's coming.
Well, next couple of months will tell for sure. But regardless, it's a new world, and the theaters have to be worried about that. And it'll be very interesting to see what survives. I mean, I do think theaters will survive, but I also think it's pretty obvious if you're not a tentpole movie and you're not a horror movie. That's horror, not horror. A horror movie. The movies in the middle, people are very happy to stream them and don't need to go to the big theaters.
It's a whoever movie, Tony. A whoever.
Wayne.
Two of them. Whoever.
Wayne was asking what I've seen recently.
Other than your Jeff Goldblum
inside of your closet.
Yeah.
Or my shower curtain. I watched Ewan McGregor's travel show. He has three different ones. Each one is 10 episodes long.
Land ho, Kathleen.
I ride a motorcycle.
I was dying because that's what it is the whole time.
Shall we visit the island?
A lot of yelling, a lot of yes, come on, and he goes with it's him and his friend Charlie. They do this motorcycle trip. They go across the world, then they go up the world, and then they go down the world. Those are the three in the series. And
you went in 4 directions.
Yeah.
I'm Obi-Wan all over the world, Charlie.
All over the place, and he's getting more famous as the show is going on.
Yes, hello.
So finally, in the last series, he goes to Machu Picchu, and he just gets mobbed. Like, people there all want to take pictures with him. And he's like, yes, okay. Hello.
The agent. Great news, McGregor. You're very big in Machu Picchu.
He's
like cornered the market there.
Ewan McGregor in Machu Picchu and means penis.
It's just the little things he would say. Like he said to his cameraman who was with him, he goes, "Oh, look, Claudio, you got an ice cream. You didn't ask us if we wanted an ice cream."
Claudio.
Yeah. Claudio.
The ice cream. I'm sorry. Okay.
Wouldn't Claudio get a gelato? He wouldn't have gotten an ice cream. Come on.
Yeah, come on, Claudio.
I like this.
He
knows Mr. Tarantula.
Mr. Tarantula.
Hey, I'll tell you what, you go shoot the Ewan McGregor travelogue. I'll make you shoes. It's all right.
Hey, Ewan, I go get you a gelato, okay?
Thank you, Mr. Tarantula.
Would you like a little cappuccino with your gelato?
Mr. Obi-Wan, sir.
I want to see Ewan McGregor meet Stanley Tucci and go on a dining expedition across the world.
I'd watch that.
Yeah, that show made me hungry. That was a good show. More so than Anthony Bourdain's show used to.
I used to watch Man vs. Food. That's the one I would watch.
Adam, whatever his name is.
He had to stop doing that show.
Yeah, he left that.
Well, no, it was his digestive system was all thrown out of whack because he was eating all this like food and shit.
Forcing it through his colon.
I remember the largest elephant here at any convention I've ever been to.
All the bed bugs in his colon were like, "There's no room for us in here."
Heat it up.
The thickness.
His bathroom was 170 degrees.
Oh, his colon. Put his ass in a bucket.
I need more hormones. And
get it out. Get it out. Get it out.
Yes.
Yes.
I like bed bugs.
Kathleen.
Claudio, I have to poop. Can you find me a bathroom?
Can we get bed bugs in the Obi-Wan show, please? Kathleen.
Gelato has made me poop.
He ate a horse penis.
There you go, Bernie. Bernie wants you to take Aiden Christensen along and berate him the entire trip. Do it.
Yeah. Wait, master. I don't think you should eat that. That might be horse penis. I like horse penis, Anakin. Eat up. Where's that ice cream, Claudio?
When you get a really big horse, it's like a lightsaber.
Yeah. They ran into an old bus that was being used as like housing, like temporary housing for people.
Terrible.
Yeah, and Ewan McGregor's like, apparently there's a tradition where you have to draw a wiener on the inside of a bus whenever you see one. I don't know. Nice. I don't know where they do that.
What tradition is this?
I don't know.
That's the first Jedi law. What are you talking about? Everybody knows that.
Was this started
a bus, draw a penis.
Yeah, was this started in grade school? Whose tradition is this?
This is the way.
When you draw it, you have to go.
Yeah, Qui-Gon was. Let me tell you, I'm very good at this. I've got special skills. I can draw a penis into a bus.
I don't know why. I don't know why that's a tradition. But he goes, yes, that's a tradition. You have to, whenever you see the inside of a bus, you have to draw a cock and balls. That's how I referred to it. And then he said it real quiet when he did it. He said, Charlie and I just drew cock and balls in the bus.
Yeah, somebody's living there. That's terrible. You can't miss it. It's an abandoned bus with a cock and balls on it.
Get out of my kitchen, Obi-Wan.
Is it like a school bus, or was it like
a school bus? Yeah.
Next year, there's going to be a homeless person sleeping in that bus and say, "Oh, look, Ewan McGregor was here."
The kids are going to be terrified.
It's an Airbnb now. Can I rent out the school bus with a cock and balls?
Where'd you learn how to draw that? From the bus.
Taking selfies next to it and stuff. There it is. Here I am. There it is.
Ewan McGregor's kid, he chastises him for drawing in his notebook. You know, where did you learn to do that? From you. Okay, I learned it from you.
That's an after-school special. Yes, the terrible story of drawing cock and balls on school buses. An ABC after-school special.
I don't think you should be doing that, Master.
Come on, it's tradition.
Come on, Anakin.
Come on,
get inside this X-wing and draw cock and balls.
That's a Mandalorians do the finger on school buses. That's how the Mandalorians do it.
Hey, right here, buddy.
For a good time, call Claudio at 555.
We made fun of you, Claudio. Look. Man, I hate these guys.
I can't wait for Charlie.
Don't tell my cameraman, but on the inside of this bus, I drew his cock and balls.
I have to say, Francis, and you'll forgive me, but truly, the comments that you get on your channel versus the Word Blue channel, much bluer than whatever anybody says on my end. And I'm not complaining. I'm just observing dirty. I'm like, all right.
They're dirty on here?
This is the way. Absolutely.
As Bernie says, this is the way. So.
Clearly.
I can't help it if people don't like you, Johnny.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying the crowd that you obviously gather is much dirtier.
I don't know. I don't know what you're insinuating.
And I'm the guy that swears all the time, so I'm very confused.
I don't like the tone. Yeah.
No. I don't like your tone. I don't like your copper tone. What now?
Hey,
to put a button on this Obi-Wan show or the Ewan McGregor show, it was actually really good. It made me want to get on a motorcycle and do a trip like that. But I think the reality is the weather is so bad, and it got really cold. It got really hot in some places. They got stuck in mud because they're just riding on motorcycles. But
they are going around the world. I mean, there are going to be different weather patterns.
Oh, really? Yeah, he's on a motorcycle the whole time?
Yeah, it was.
Norman Reedus tried a show like that too.
Did he really?
Yeah, but he didn't go around the world. He just went to just the gas.
Here I am with my motorcycle on top of the Himalayan mountains.
Pretty much from every Stuckies to Stuckies, state to state. That's right.
Wow. So
I'm climbing Mount Everest with my motorcycle. When I reach the top, I will draw cock and balls.
So he travels with like a backpack?
Pretty much, yeah. They had support vehicles. They had a couple vans that
trailers and stuff.
We had catered lunch every day.
Yeah.
Cameraman. Yeah.
Break out the cracked crab and champagne.
It was interesting to see by the end, though. The last series took place 15 years after the first one. And by then, these guys had, wait a
minute.
What's that?
This show started 15 years ago that they were shooting.
The first series. They did three separate ones.
I had no idea. Go on.
Picture like three.
Where the hell were we while this was all happening? I didn't realize. Well, because like Michael Palin did the same thing, like 20 years earlier or whatever. But go on, please.
Sure. Or it makes me think of those Trip movies with Steve Coogan and the.
Those are
they're scripted, but
I love those.
But they're good. They're good. By the early on, you see the changes in the guys too. Early on, they're just like, these guys are crazy. You can tell like they led some crazy lives. And then by the last series that just came out last year, they've mellowed out quite a bit. And Charlie, the friend, got into a few motorcycle accidents, so the guy could barely walk.
Oh my God, that's true.
But he still did the trip. Like he still got on the motorcycle and did this.
How was cock and balls?
Yeah, he couldn't miss that. He didn't want to miss the whole.
Like the bike, so he didn't fall off. I mean, what? Seriously, like
I don't know how he did it.
Was it modified in any way for his injuries?
No, not that they revealed.
It's like Johnny Knoxville.
Yeah,
he's like.
Oh yeah, he's an.
Aren't they doing another Jackass movie?
Yes, that's the other scare. It's like, dude, your spleen is on the other side of your body. What are you doing? Stop.
I heard he had to get a penis transplant where they had to reconnect the tube that's in there so he could pee. That's what I've heard because he got horned by the bull.
Like, I feel
went in there and messed it up.
The old one. You and McGregor ate the old one.
Well, I think the bull went in there and shifted stuff, and he had to get repaired. That's what I heard. And and there's in the trailer, he gets horned by the bull again. The bull flips him up in the air, and he's all old now. He's got white hair. It's all hurting.
Radio, can you flambe this, please?
It truly, those injuries have aged him like 20 years.
Yeah, that's rough, man.
Because he's
really rough. Yeah.
Yeah. He's like around my age, and he's either a little younger or a little older, but looks like you guys said like 70 years old.
Mm-hmm. I can't imagine like every injury I had in my 20s, I'm suffering now because of them.
Oh yeah,
but I can't imagine those guys hurting themselves on purpose.
The ones that are still alive.
Yeah. That's nuts. I'm still gonna watch the movie though. We saw the trailer with my kids, and they didn't know what Jackass was, and they said this is number 4. They're like, yep. Like they made movies before, and I start showing them the trailers for the other ones, and man, they want to watch them. Gordy's really into it, so we're gonna have a Jackass marathon one day. Yeah, I love those movies. I love those.
Yeah, that's good that's fine. That's good for teenagers.
Well, I know he won't. I know Gordy's not going to try that stuff. He's smart.
No, but it's and absolutely.
He sees you trying to walk up and down the stairs every day.
Yeah, he sees me. Yeah, man, stairs are my worst enemy right now, man. It hurts so bad.
Knoxville is 50. Is he years older than him, and he looks 20 years older than me.
Yeah.
Is there a recent picture of him? There's got to be.
Yeah, he's in the trailer. He's old. He's old looking in the trailer.
He let his hair go gray.
Yeah, I think that's the best part. That looks the best. His hair looks cool.
Yeah,
if I had white hair, that'd be cool too.
It's kind of like David Byrne from the Talking Heads when you see him nowadays. And you might find yourself in an ARP meeting.
I get that mail. I've been getting that ARP mail for a while.
I got
some. And I guarantee if you took the glasses off, the bags under the eyes, be ready for a worldwide cruise with those bags. Hey, now.
Hey, all right.
You're a good audience. But I want to tell you, boy, these Viet Congs, they're tough to fight, aren't they?
Oh,
thank you. By the way, I have my that's an Olympic pin from the
nice.
The Toronto Games from 1996. I wear them in irony because I really am mad that the Olympics are still going on, despite the COVID numbers. All the restrictions are ridiculous, and
people are angry, right?
Preach, Johnny, preach.
Not everybody, but I'll be honest. I'm a big downer. I'm not happy about the Olympics. I think it's bad.
Really?
Cardboard.
Well, they're really corrupt. And they're kind of very full of themselves in terms of
doesn't the Olympic Committee have final say? Like not even the cities. So like Tokyo kind of wanted to put the kibosh on it, and the Olympic Committee is like, no.
Yeah, well that's what I mean. Their terms are ridiculous. you have to build stadiums specifically for the games. It's not. I mean, you can use existing stadiums as well, but you have to build a certain amount to be a host country or city. And like literally 80% of these things end up becoming abandoned and just eyesores.
Yeah, Lake Placid is a ghost town. Yeah, all their shit is falling apart. All the stuff they built is all falling apart and everything. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's what I mean. There's some enduring structures like I want to say the LA Coliseum from the 30s. I agree, Bernie. Absolutely. If the athletes were allowed to smoke weed, but no, there's so many restrictions. Obviously, now it's like they're playing to an empty arena. I mean, there's no stands. There's no audience. Yeah. It's ridiculous.
No,
but it's all for money. It's all for
they started already, right? Then it's the Olympics started.
Yeah, tonight's the opening ceremony.
The opening ceremony is at 7 a.m. Yeah,
there you go.
Bum, 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 bum.
I'd rather watch a pod race myself.
Pod race.
Yeah. The only good part of the Phantom Menace.
Slammy Dopot, Slamo.
Bunta E.
Slamo.
Bunta. Photo. Yeah. Like that. I haven't watched Star Wars in a while.
Jabba Chawa.
Yeah, neither have I. Actually, I'm way behind on Bad Batch. Is it still going or
I'm way behind as well.
They're on like 15 or 16. I haven't been watching.
Wow.
I saw
they're doing a whole season at a time. Like is each season like 24 episodes or 10? I like when they're 10.
I don't know.
But I don't know.
I'm not sure.
I still got to get through.
That might be more because it's the animation, but
I got to get through the Clone Wars and then Rebels still.
Me too.
I'm getting there, trying. I'm almost at the last season.
Speaking of the Olympics, Scott, don't you have some videos or something like that have nothing to do with the Olympics, but I figured I'd use it as a segue?
That's a great segue. I do, yes. I was recently hanging out with Gilbert Gottfried and
hanging out, yeah,
and 50 of fellow fans of his podcast, Gilbert Gottfried's Amazing Colossal Podcast. They, I'm a Patreon subscriber, as is Johnny, and they occasionally offer these Zoom trivia nights for Patreon patrons. So they had one of these last Friday, and I was a part of it, and my butt was the subject of conversation several times.
Your specific personal?
My personal butt.
Nice. Did you show it on the air? The hole. As a whole?
The hole. If I
your butt as a whole.
How did they focus on your butthole?
There was chatter in the chat. You'll see it. Well, you won't be able to see it. There was a chat box in Zoom, and I guess one of the contestants said that for the past 3 rounds he had been sniffing my butthole, meaning that he was really close in rank.
Oh yeah.
In the competition.
Wow.
He was continuously right behind me every.
You're almost there. Yeah.
You're almost there. Almost in your butthole.
Almost there.
He said this in the chat. Yeah, and that just kind of things kind of went from there. People kept bringing it up over time. You'll see the host is a rabbi. He's the guy he's a fan of the show, but he's also a rabbi, and he hosted this whole trivia night. Gilbert is there. Frank Santopadre is the co-host of the podcast. He's there. So that and then at the end you'll see in this clip that Franco will play the conversation about my butt hole, and then at the end they let everybody come on and talk and say hello and show weird items that they own. So you'll see me.
So I'm playing the Gilbert Fool one first.
Play Gilbert Trivia 3
first. Okay.
First, yeah.
All right, here we go.
We know these names. We know these people. Campobasa, one of mine.
Somebody's got a thing on Campobasa.
I don't know what's going on with Campobasa and Phil Owen, and I don't want to know.
If you'd like a restraining order, we can arrange it. All right, this next question is about Campobasa's butthole.
You're kidding.
Yes, of course I'm kidding.
That's going to make it very popular on the chat.
You've got Jamie Maroney, Barb Swanson.
There's actual women.
Yeah.
There's hope for us yet.
Somebody wants Mike Campobasa to pretend like he's a woman. May or may not be. What do you got there, Campobasa?
Campobasso.
I have 2 Bill Cosby Wonderfulness albums.
Oh boy.
They were gifts, I guess.
Hey, you can get those autographed now.
Hey, Campobasa, no offense. I was the one that was sniffing your ass for like 5 or 6 questions.
I can feel your warm breath.
Campobasso, my paisano, what were you going to say?
Oh, I was just going to say, encourage everybody to keep those questions coming on Patreon. It's nice that you guys offer that opportunity. I've had Frank read my questions several times on the podcast and had Gilbert refer to me as a guinea several times.
That was good. You did good.
Yeah.
You made Gilbert laugh. That was a genuine Gilbert laugh.
Oh, thanks.
Thank you.
So you're part of the sheet. He knows you. That's cool.
They said my name like 50 times.
Yeah.
I like the big guy. Yeah, I'm the one that was sniffing your butthole.
I liked it up there. It was nice and warm. It was like I was a bed bug.
Thanks, Earl. You just took a year off my life with that information. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Campobasso. I like that.
That's awesome. No, that's cool. And I haven't watched it yet, but I do like the fact that they open things up for their patrons. That's smart.
Yeah, that's great. It was fun. It was fun to do. And then another thing they had they offered for Patreon patrons was a Fool the Host night where people could come on and pitch an idea, and Gilbert and Frank, the co-host, had to decide whether it was a real movie or a fake one. So I was part of that too. Actually, that's the other clip that's there, Franco. I think it's Gilbert Fool is something in the title. So this is my pitch.
All right. This is you pitching an idea that's real or not to them.
Right.
All right. Here we go.
You could have been one of the Goldfarbs or whatever.
Or I've been Hitler twice.
I know you have.
All right. Next up is Mike Campobasa.
Mike Campobasa, one of my people.
Hey guys.
There he is. Paisano.
Speaking of Hitler, this is a log line from a movie. A priest, a rabbi, and an Elvis impersonator joined forces in an attempt to thwart an invasion of undead Nazis from an alternate universe.
Oh, that's got to be real.
Yeah, I'm going to go with real.
Say it again one more time, Mike.
Sure. A priest, a rabbi, and an Elvis impersonator joined forces in an attempt to thwart an invasion of undead Nazis from an alternate universe.
I've never seen that Bruce Campbell movie, Bubba Hotep. That's not what that is it?
No, this is some of the names I recognized in the cast. Brigitte Nielsen, Michael Winslow, Billy Zane.
Wow. How about that, Gil?
Wow.
You said it was real?
I'm going to say real.
I'm going to say real, too.
Sorry, fellas, that is fake.
Wow, it should be real.
Not real. It should be a cartoon, an animated film, maybe.
What title did you put on that?
I called it Zombie Nazis from the Ninth Dimension.
Zombie Nazi. Now, that's like a trauma movie. Wow.
Or it's like when the Sci-Fi Network was, and they're at the height of their Sharknadoes.
Well, yeah, and you got Velocipaster that came out recently.
Nice.
And you got Iron Sky, which was about Nazis living on the moon. So something like this.
Very clever.
Entirely possible.
Very clever. Anything with an Elvis impersonator, I'm in. Good job, Mike.
Guys. Thank you, fellas.
Very good.
Good job. Who's left, Rabbi?
That was great.
That was kind of cool.
Yeah,
I thought it was going to be real.
Oh, I knew. Well, actually, I guess I already knew because Mike probably told me. But I would have guessed fake. But yeah, no. And you engaged Gilbert. Sometimes Gilbert on his show, I really think he's like they're in mid conversation, and if you were watching Gilbert, he'd be like, because like literally sometimes Frank has to like go, "How about that, Gil? Isn't that exciting?" Oh yes, yes.
Oh, jeez.
It seems to me he's not paying attention, but whatever. So, but I love Gil. I listen to that every week.
Yeah, it's I've learned a lot about old Hollywood from that show because they have a lot of entertainers from long ago come on and they interview them. And Frank does a lot of research and knows a ton of stuff. And
Gilbert's a genuine old TV and Hollywood fan. So he's usually if he really likes the person, he knows. And he throws in good questions and observations and stuff. Frank does the heavy lifting in that show.
Some of the past guests they've had Dick Van Dyke, Bruce Dern. They just had Rick Baker, the makeup
guy, Gabe Kaplan, Mr. Cotter.
That's right, Gabe Kaplan.
Julie, I'm gonna tell you about my Uncle Gilbert,
Mr. Cotter.
They had Jamie Farr.
Hey,
is he on there?
Yeah, he was on there.
I totally forgot. Mike and I were talking about that yesterday, and I'm like, really? He was on there?
Hey, Gilbert, I hear you're Lebanese. You like Tony Pacos.
Oh, yes.
Jamie. Yes, I like.
Was there ever an episode where Alan Alda tried to have sex with you?
Incidentally, as a matter of fact, there was. We filmed it, but they never aired it.
We filmed it twice.
We filmed it twice. He would do take after take.
I don't think the camera's rolling.
Exactly.
I'm not seeing the red light on there.
I liked on Futurama when they were fighting a war and they had the army hospital and they had a robot Alan Alda and he would switch from comedy to drama. And it's like, I wish I had another gurney right now. And then they switch to drama and it's like, this place is madness. When will the horror end?
He has his own podcast too, Alan Alda.
Does he really?
Yes, he does. It's very good.
Yeah.
It's going to be very soothing.
Yeah, he is.
Very soothing man.
He is a soothing man. He has an institute for communication or something. Trying to teach scientists how to communicate with people who don't necessarily understand all the complicated science terms.
Yeah, I got it in my list. I got to find it.
Alan Alda.
Alan Alda.
I'd like to see a show with Jamie Farr and Ewan McGregor as well. I think Bernie said that. That'd be wonderful.
It's vivid, clear. Vivid
and clear. That's it. Boy, it's really tough being a Padawan. How's it going?
Come along, Jamie.
Klinger would be like a support guy or something like that. Hey, I just shined your lightsaber there, Master.
Thank you, Jamie. Wonderful. Now get in the sidecar and we'll move along.
Sounds good, your Colonel Tude.
Come on, Claudio. We're about to get stuck in the mud.
Well, people were hoping that
some ice cream.
The Cleveland Indians would name their team the Jamie Farrs.
That would be awesome.
Because they just announced their new name today. Did you hear it? They said the new name.
I didn't hear it.
The new name of the Cleveland Indians is the Cleveland Guardians. So it's kind of like it has the INs at the end.
Is there?
Indians, that's a good idea. That's true. That the rhythm is still the same for the chants.
But I've heard something about the Guardians being the statues that are on a bridge are called the Guardians of Hope.
Okay.
So, but
that makes sense then. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's not bad, but the logo for the cap looks like I'm wondering how many more designs did they have to choose from? Like I looked at it like, it's okay.
Face still like
Cleveland Guardians?
Yeah, it's 2 G's with wings on the side of a baseball. That's what because I was thinking, wouldn't it be cool if they had?
It's a Guardian with a double G. Good Guardians.
Yeah, good Guardians. Yeah, and I was hoping. My imagination when I heard the team name was that it would be a character like how the Patriots have that side face of the guy, or the Vikings have their guy.
Yeah,
it would be a Guardian guy, like a superhero, almost superhero. Yeah, it looks like that.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird looking to me.
And they have it up next to a statue, which is, I guess, the Guardian that they're talking about.
Okay.
I think the statues are the Guardians of Hope, which makes sense for the city.
Yeah.
Kind of like
inspirational.
It's like the Chicago Fire or Chicago, if they call the Chicago Chicago Loops. I don't know.
But that makes sense because it has something to do with the city, not that they just randomly came up with here's a Blue Jay.
Well, the baseball purist in me wanted them to go back to turn of the century Cleveland team, the Cleveland Spiders.
Yeah.
They should really just adopt the Spiders name and keep the baseball lineage and everything. But I'm cool with Guardians. That's cool.
Yeah, Guardians looked okay, but I was disappointed with the logo. But they didn't ask me to design it, so what am I gonna do?
You should have.
Yeah, I should have. It'd be a big smiley face on it or something.
I prefer Mudhead.
This is what I'm saying right there. Bernie's.
Well, people were like on the comments when I saw that. People say they should have named it Jamie Fars. Or Guardian. It was all Guardians of the Galaxy jokes.
Well, and the cheer is hey.
So,
that's fine.
Yeah, that's the end. The 7th inning stretch. Hey.
They
have a countdown. 5.
Boy, oh boy! Welcome back to Jacobs Park as your Cleveland Guardians take on the Milwaukee Brewers. Whoa, that's going to be a good one tonight.
And now it's time for the 7th inning. Hey.
Right, Bernie. Absolutely. And once again, good
so first thing I thought of was like, oh, this is a great opportunity. It's a great opportunity for people to buy the hat and the jerseys. And then I saw the logo. I'm like, maybe not.
If they were the Cleveland Steamers, they would have needed Jack Brickhouse, the former voice of the Cubs. Hey, boy, you better put off the tarp, pal.
And now it's time for the traditional 7th inning flinging of the poo. Yeah,
the Cleveland Clean Hens instead of Mud Hens. Clean Roosters.
No, yeah, but
shiny roosters.
Clean capons, because like capons are game hens. Rachel, I knew this when I was shooting with my street properties.
Hold on, let me put a cape on before I jump off this building.
The University sports team is GG for Garnet and Gray, Wayne says. That's very Canadian sports, Wayne. I like it. Go, Garnet and Gray.
Garnet and Gray.
What are you looking for?
University sports teams.
Let's go down and watch the ball game at US Cellular One Field.
Well,
it's not even that anymore. It's Guaranteed Rate Field. Ooh, that's better. Ooh, what a great name.
I think I like US Cellular One Field better.
Yeah, and Miller Park isn't Miller Park anymore. I forget.
It's not something else, right?
They renamed it. Yeah, exactly. They face
everything's always based off a store or something. But even US or a Guaranteed Rate Field, I'm like, once that happened, I've wanted to know, okay, how long do they have this? And I think it was 15 years they had that. I think it's 50, because whatever it was, I'm like, that's way too long. Like I'm worried about the children, because the children born right now are going to grow up with that name for the next 15 years. And then when they change it, they're going to say, I don't like that name. I'm so used to Guaranteed Rate. But Guaranteed Rate, the only thing they have going for them is just like the US Cellular that nobody could say, they shortened it to the Cell, which was kind of cool. But then it also makes people think, Southside, they go to jail because they're tough thugs. No. But now Guaranteed Rate, they could shorten it if they want to Great Field. Great G.
Yeah, I get it.
But it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Great.
That's what Harry would come up with. Hey, if you spell it sideways, it's great.
There's a good looking young shortstop.
I should rename it Bush Field.
Yeah, that's why she's so developed. Look at her. I'm not saying. I'm just saying.
Look at her. She's got a big bush.
I think it'd be more impressive if Guaranteed Rate said Guaranteed Rates Comiskey Park. Like, that's Comiskey Park, but you know what? We own it. That would have been better.
I agree. They should incorporate the name Comiskey into the title because that is the tradition.
Yeah.
Well, here at Shea Stadium was torn down and rebuilt, and it was sponsored by Citibank. So they named it Citi Field, which actually kind of makes sense. And
Citi Field's all right.
It works.
City's a nicer word because you're
we'll see when the next sponsor does it. I'm so by the way, the pin. You're right. Wayne's like, wait a minute, we didn't have games in the Olympics in '96 for
reverse mortgage field.
They were trying to be the home city for the '96 games, just like Chicago tried to for the 2012 games and lost.
Yeah,
16. So that's why this pin exists and everything. So there you go.
Cleveland Steamers, Bush Field.
Exactly.
Heat it up to 170 degrees. Steamer.
Once again, welcome to the Catholic Hour. Thank you. $2.
You
that's right. Yeah. Oh God, Did you see I don't even know how to say Giannis's name, the great god, but I love that there's a gentleman of color from Greece that speaks like my relatives, because they had a great video of him you could find online of him after the championship. He's got his 2 trophies in his lap, and he goes to Chick-fil-A, and because he scored 50 points in the final game, he wants 50, nuggets or whatever.
Yeah, those are
He's
good.
in the drive-in, and he's like, I want 50 nuggets, not 51, 55. I want a drink. I want a Sprite noise. And half Sprite, half lemonade. And then you hear his wife go, and get me a cup of ice. And I'm like, that is so Jimmy Divinakis put that on Twitter. He's like, that is so Greek. And all of us Greeks are like, it is absolutely so Greek. And that voice, I want 50 nuggets.
Yeah.
Hello.
Amen.
And he's like not even 30, and he sounds like my 70-year-old uncle or whatever.
What you don't know is that when you go through drive-through, you have to draw cock and balls on the sign.
In addition, on the speaker, you make the speaker into a dick and a balls.
So what?
Can I help you? Yes, I would like 50 nuggets and Sharpie, please.
I'm crying.
50 horse penises.
But yeah, he was born in Greece, so he's got the Greek accent. It's
So what nationality or ethnicity do they say? What's the matter for you? What is that?
What's the matter for you?
That's
Italian?
What's the matter for you?
Yeah,
not of. What's the matter with you? It's for you.
That's my dad. What's the matter for you?
For you.
What's Catalavis? You understand? I mean, that's like kind of the old man thing. Like, so I'm talking to you, Catalavis.
Hey, look at me.
I'm listening. Exactly. Like, I'm listening. So yeah, that's mostly. It's like, pay attention to me. I have a loud Greek voice. Okay.
I always got this guy here. I always got that when I try to talk to people. Oh, this guy here.
They're
like,
very,
what?
My family's very sweet because they would totally speak to me in Greek. I'd kind of translate and I'd answer in English, and they knew enough English. So we literally like speaking in 2 different languages, but it's and I'm like, every now and then, but I'm doing okay. I'm fine. I'm single. I'm happy. Everything's good. Very nice, very nice.
My grandma would just say, "What the hell you hanging out with that kind of kid for?" That's what she'd say.
Oh,
that kind of kid for.
In high school and college, I dated Monica Abramson, and for some of my Greek relatives, that was a massive scandal that I was dating a Jewish girl. And I'm like, have you seen her? I'm like, sorry, you're not gonna. They're like, Johnny, you find a nice Greek girl.
Have you seen Stefania?
I'm like, exactly. I'm like, yeah, half of the girls I see that are Greek look like me.
Plus the hormones back then,
milk hormones, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Milk,
they don't look like that now.
So.
Yeah, see, when I was a kid, I would get, hey, come on, this customer's in the front. Come on, let's go. So I would get a lot of that.
Stop drawing. Yeah.
That sketchbook down. Back in the back of your head, absolutely. That's why I love My Big Fat Greek Wedding. That's totally my family.
Oh, yeah. I like that movie. That was good.
Although Lainey Kazan plays the Greek old lady, but she's Jewish. So
okay. Yeah, I serve you some lamb. You like lamb? No, I'm a vegetarian. Okay.
He's a vegetarian. Okay, I make lamb.
Okay, make lamb.
They cross-pollinated.
They don't know. They don't know. But yeah, so Giannis is totally a Greek off the boat, which is fantastic. I love him.
I like it all. It's like it's good and good.
Nice.
I haven't been following. I've been watching a lot of baseball, a lot of White Sox stuff. It's amazing. Me. Yeah, man. I cry every day. I cheer every day. And every time they score, I'm watching them while I'm drawing, and I whistle. That's what I do. And so they probably just
thought, audience that isn't there.
Yeah, and so they whenever they score, get a home run. So my family probably just thought I'm watching the game right now. So man, this is the best they've been since I've ever watched them. Maybe 2005.
Right.
But 2005. Right. I didn't think they were going to make it because Chicago teams don't make it.
They look very, very good. It's very, yeah.
I'm hoping, man.
The Cubs were in 15. Yeah.
Yeah, it's so weird. It's so weird.
And meanwhile, the Cubs, massive fire sale. As Robert Costanzo was telling me on the phone this week, I had him on Word Balloon. The guy who played Harvey Bullock in the Batman animated series.
Yeah.
and yeah, he was great. And once because he's like, so what'd you do in radio? I'm like, oh, I did sports. Oh no, I'm a big sports fan, especially baseball. So I'm like, all right, cool. we were talking, but yeah, he's like, man, the Sox are burning it up. Meanwhile, the Cubs are having a fire sale. And I'm
the Cubs were doing good then. That they were winning that one game 7-0, and then they lost it 17-7.
Well, and
ever since that game that's just been downhill.
Yeah, massive losing streak. No.
Yeah, man, they lost 10 in a row or something. It's
time
rough.
to reorganize. You got to blow up the team.
Chicago.
I mean, I won't deny. Ever since the Ricketts bought the team from the Tribune, that was my last owner and even the Tribune I wasn't crazy about. But yeah, I mean, I'm glad we got a World Series. That's great. I'm not a big fan of these guys.
Yeah, it's like if Sox win this year, man, I'm not watching baseball ever again. I can't take this anymore. I can't go through this every year, this heartbreak and this disappointment. Like same what I told the guys yesterday, when Michael Jordan retired, I didn't watch basketball anymore. I never watched it again. I don't pay attention, and I feel real good about that. I love that Michael Jordan left me with memories of the Chicago Bulls championships.
The best decade of basketball we'll ever experience. No
and it's never going to be that way again.
Did you watch the Last Dance, Art?
I did. I watched most of it. I got to finish like 3 or 4 episodes in or something like that.
I'm not a sports guy, and even I watched that whole thing. It was good.
It was pretty cool.
It was cool. You got to see the real Michael, like saying things and swearing and stuff. It was pretty cool.
You'll forgive me, but it was very nostalgic for me because that's when I was looking at the score.
Yeah.
And I mean, honestly, I didn't go to every game, but I certainly was part of the culture and having to cover it every day. And it was the same feeling I had about Moneyball in a different way. With Moneyball, I'm like, well, I covered this. I've covered that story too. But for the Bulls, it was here in Chicago. I'd see the guys all the time, all the various celebrities and media people that would come through to cover. So, yeah, I was kind of a fly on the wall during all that and watching a lot of the locker room and practice footage and stuff. I'm like, oh, look, there's my buddy. Oh, there's another buddy. Oh,
yeah.
And so it is kind of like a family album for me watching this stuff.
That's cool.
Dennis, did you ever meet Dennis Rodman?
Sure.
John?
Yeah, I met him.
You did too?
Yeah.
Really?
I was waiting in line. He used to hang out at the Crowbar. It was called the Crowbar.
That's right.
Like half the time it was a gay bar, then half the time it wasn't. So I went. Well, I went both. I went both times. But the time I met him was we were in line with my buddies, and we were next to come in. You know, the guy puts the rope in front of you, and then he said, "Well, some people have to come out before we let you in." And the next batch, 4 people came out. Dennis Rodman was in there. And we all yelled, "Worm!" And he looked over and goes, "What's up, guys?" And then he kept going. So he had green hair that day. I remember that.
No, Rodman was great. Rodman was really very cool to all fans. Very,
he was cool.
Reasonable with the score guys and everything. And just a really, really nice guy. I saw him countless times.
Yeah.
The one guy, surprisingly, great athlete, but not the friendliest guy was Scottie Pippen.
Really?
Yeah, he was and Michael was in his own atmosphere, and that's okay.
Yeah.
I mean, he was a superstar. I mean, I by the time I got to the score, it was 92, so even the first championship had already happened. But I mean, I was certainly watching from late, mid 80s when they got Jordan to the championships, like Artie.
That's cool.
And because he knew he was something special. But 88, or I should say, was it 88 and 89 or 89 and 90, the years that the Pistons ended up winning the Eastern Conference and played the Bulls.
Isaiah Thomas.
Yeah. But those are great. And that's why it's like you knew that, okay, maybe not this year, but they are right there. The Pistons are just a little more experienced.
That's where you say they were at the cusp.
Yes.
That's where you use the word cusp.
You are correct. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So that was fun. But no, I saw Phil all the time and all the second, line squad like Longley and Wennington.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And even, I just Ross Cartwright. Yeah, that's right. So, and Stacey King is the guy who used to imitate Bill Cartwright and be like,
yeah, he did.
So that's how I learned how to do Bill Cartwright, was listening to Stacey King. But B.J. Armstrong and Horace Grant.
Horace Grant, he was good. He had a twin brother, too.
Yes, he did.
I was into it, man. I was into it.
Will Perdue,
made some good chicken, that guy.
Luke Longley, very funny. I made a song about him because he was Australian and he hurt his back body surfing.
Johnny Paxson.
The Beach Boys Surfer Girl and turned it into Surfer Luke. And it was great because me and Matt Spiegel, who's still a score host, we sung harmony. And we sung different parts of harmony, and we kind of had the Beach Boys sound. It was definitely like four different tones between us and stuff, and we were overdubbing. And it was awesome because several of the XRT, the rock DJs, were watching us do this sports parody, and they're watching through the glass of the studio like, that was great, man. And it's like me and Spiegel, but Spiegel's a real singer. I can carry a tune when necessary, and again because we do voices and stuff.
Karaoke,
exactly. But yeah, it was great. It was really fun.
Did you go to
Yellow Submarine?
The Yellow Submarine.
Did you go to the games too, Johnny?
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Cool. I went to one Bulls game. One.
Only one your whole life, sir?
Yeah, and Brandis Rodman had the green hair again, and that's how we were following him. We were looking, you could see his head real easy.
I had press floor seats for one of the NBA playoff games against the Knicks, and also the station had a luxury box at to entertain sponsors and stuff. So every now and then there were free seats there, and so you could go to games that way. Oh no, I was really spoiled when I was at the Score, to the point where even a friend of mine has Cubs tickets for tomorrow, and I'm just like, I'm too busy. I got to get ready for this convention I'm going to next week.
Yeah,
Terrificon.
And
me and Francis will be there.
Yeah,
Connecticut, East Coast.
Yeah. Wayne asked if we had any commercials. Should we play one?
Sure.
Yeah.
Here's one. All right, here we
let's
go.
do a commercial.
This is for you, Skoke. You'll explain it on the other side.
Frida wore long dresses and pants to hide her legs. She never wanted anyone to know she was different, or to feel sorry for her, or make fun of her.
Frida became a fashion icon. Everywhere she went, people liked to take photos of her, and she was even featured in Vogue magazine.
That's cool.
So obviously, living an alternative lifestyle. That's fantastic.
What the hell did I just watch, Skoke?
That was those are some clips of some work I did in a museum exhibit about Frida Kahlo. It's an exhibit that is in the College of DuPage a museum there called the Cleve Carney Museum of Art. And this exhibit features Frida Kahlo, her life and her art. And there is a kids section in this museum exhibit. And that's where that clip is from. They did an animated storybook adaptation of a book about Frida Kahlo, and I did the voices of some of the animal creatures in this animated storybook. So that's what we saw there. Those two creatures there were animated GIFs. That wasn't the actual thing. I haven't actually seen the final animation, but those were animated GIFs that I put my voice under, so that you can at least get an idea of what they sounded like. But that's what that was.
Yeah,
that's cool.
I saw it and I'm like, what the hell is this?
Yeah.
You guys should
Frida Kahlo, she's the one with one eyebrow. For those of you who don't know.
That's great. Yeah.
Hot. We should rent space at both stores and set up a museum of art, and that way you can just have Artie, and then Artie of art and Frankie. And then, we could have originals in the corner.
What kind of art is Baltazar art?
Baltazar art is Batman still popular these days?
I wish I had an eyebrow pencil, and I would totally connect right now and cosplay Frida for you for the rest of the show.
That's all you need.
Yeah,
it's a shame that that's what she's famous for.
It's true.
Frida equals, oh my gosh, Selma.
Yeah, no, they are two different people.
No, but she played Frida, I believe.
I know. Yeah, but the real Frida did not look like Selma. I
was gonna say, that's the one unibrow where you're like, whatever.
Selma needed a plaster cast, which was, oh my god, why did what the? I know it's not supposed to be, but it was, and that's watched multiple times.
Yes.
All right.
With the volume off. Yeah.
Yeah. You don't even need to. You could pause.
Exactly.
Boy.
But
I think she won an Oscar for that too. Hey, Oscar. She won something for that. Didn't she win an award?
No, you're right.
I'm going to see my cousin in a few weeks. My cousin, hey Oscar. I'm
that's
excited
awesome,
about that. Yeah.
Speaking of Oscars, had a great word balloon on Monday. I haven't put the audio out yet. Probably put it out if not tomorrow, definitely Sunday. But I think tomorrow.
I need it.
Stuart, or what was his name? Stacy Souther. No,
who was it?
Souther. He made a documentary about Miss Tessmacher.
Oh yeah.
Valerie Perrine.
Yeah.
And man, it is great. It's 38 minutes. It's on Vimeo. It's not streaming anywhere yet. But honestly, I would say because it helps Valerie out, like to rent the movie, and also she has a GoFundMe. Poor Valerie Perrine. She's 77. She's got really bad Parkinson's syndrome. She has trouble holding like a spoon or a fork, let alone a brush. But this guy he became friends with her before she really got sick, and they were just neighbors met at the dog park. And he's Hollywood guy, and it's like, holy cow, there's Valerie Perrine. He's a filmmaker, and actually another documentary I want to tell you about already. I haven't seen it yet that he made. But this Valerie Perrine thing regarding the Oscars. She was up for an Oscar in 1974, 4 years before Superman. And it was for this movie she made with Bob Fosse and Dustin Hoffman about Lenny Bruce. And she played Lenny Bruce's wife. And this year she was nominated. She won the Cannes Film Festival Award for Best Actress and a couple other things. I don't remember if it was the Golden Globe or whatever. But up against her that year in 1974 was Diane Carroll for Claudine, Jenna Rollins for Woman on the Verge, Ellen Burstyn for Alice Doesn't Live Here Anymore, and I don't remember what Faye Dunaway's movie was, and then Valerie. And truly, Ellen Burstyn won for Alice Doesn't Live There Anymore because that was the basis for the sitcom Alice, and it was
that's right.
And Scorsese directed it. But I mean, truly. She was up against one of the best nominated categories ever for Best Actress. And truly, if any one of those five people had won, it would have been like, oh, yeah, that was a great movie. And you would have thought of the other four movies. And unfortunately, that happened to her. And then she did the Superman movie in real international fame. And then her next movie, unfortunately, was a little thing produced by Ellen Carr, coming off of Grease. Steve Guttenberg, fine, good comedian. Bruce Jenner, okay, decathlon Olympian. Add the Village People in the fantastic disco hit Can't Stop the Music. Well, they managed to stop the music because it was a
canceled careers.
There was the first Razzies, for the bad movies and stuff. Can't Stop the Music won the first Razzie.
It invented the Razzies. That's how bad it was.
That's how bad, and it screwed up her career. I mean, she kept working, and even I saw her in a great thing on FX, a boxing drama called Lights Out, and she played Stacy Keach's wife, and very good. But anyway, great documentary. Had a great interview with this guy. It's going to be on Word Balloon tomorrow. But he also made a wrestling documentary already about when he's really good friends with David Arquette and Francis You'll know.
Nice.
Back when David Arquette was a heel, and really. People didn't like the fact that he was messing around in wrestling. He had
WCW.
Yeah, he had that. Was it Ready to Rumble or whatever?
Yeah,
but he won the championship belt. That's what people.
He was championship. Yep.
Well, I guess there's this new documentary that Stacey made because he's friends with Arquette, and it's all about Arquette trying to redeem himself in the wrestling world. And it's on Hulu. I haven't seen it yet, but I'm excited to see it.
You want to hear my impersonation of Alice Doesn't Live Here Anymore? Ready? Alice? You home? Alice? Are you home? Alice? All right, thank you very much.
I was like, you have to have the comeback. Sorry, she doesn't live here anymore.
Wow. Wow. Ciao. Wow.
Ciao. Wow. Opportunity to host 76 Olympics.
Yeah, is that
Colorado?
Colorado?
That's where Troy lives. Yeah.
This is why I'm really anti-Olympics, despite my pin of the also ran. No, it sucks. Like I said, you have to build these stadiums. You have to.
Dave's not here.
Yeah, Cheech
What's that? Lardass? Codename Hardhat. What's that?
Speaking of Stacy Keach, Stacy Keach, absolutely.
Dave?
Sergeant Stadenko. But anyway, yeah, no, it's a total scam with Olympic cities, and they hold these cities hostages. And I almost wonder if COVID is really going to cause some change of now host cities going, yeah, F you. We're not.
I don't want to do it, Jerky.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know.
Don't make me come down there. I'll bring my tools.
That's right.
That's awesome. Oh, and also Monday, if I make plug another word balloon thing.
Yeah, do it.
Plug it.
I'm talking to this guy who directed a new documentary that's on Disney Plus called The Stuntman, and it's about this guy that wants to do the Evel Knievel Snake River Canyon jump, but do it successfully.
Oh, really?
I haven't seen it yet, so I don't even know if he manages to do it or not. But it's really cool, and it's produced by my dear friends Julie and Shauna Benson.
All right, Dave, you're awesome.
It's produced by them?
Yep.
Wow.
They were the executive producers on the movie.
That's
if Evel Knievel had an evil twin, his name would be Evil Knievel.
Evil Knievel.
Either that or he had a cousin who was really nice and he was benevolent, Evil Knievel.
Yeah, nice guy, Evil.
Nice guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and he had his other cousin who was a video game designer, and he was Resident Evil Knievel.
That's right.
He was an illegal alien, though. He was.
That's right. And if he had a son, he'd be Resident Evil Knievel Jr.
Son of Resident Evil.
Son of Resident Evil.
Very good. Very nice.
No wonder Alice doesn't live here anymore. She can't freaking stand it.
Alice? Are you home?
Speaking of Alice doesn't live here. Yeah, speaking of Alice, I happened to catch an episode, which I haven't seen in years, of Alice and Mel and Flo, the TV series.
Mm-hmm.
Kiss my grits.
And I was like, oh my God, I used to watch this all the time. And kiss my grits. And they'd managed to, work that line in every episode.
Mm-hmm. And Linda, stock phrase, yeah.
It's a hard binge watch, yeah.
I was trying to explain to my wife who Tom McKeon was. Tom McKeon was in it, and I said, "Oh, that's Joe's brother," and she's like, "Joe from Facts of Life," and she's like, "Who? What?" And she was all confused. She didn't know who Joe was, and I'm like,
"Joe Mama."
I said, there was Blair, she was the popular one, and then there was Natalie, the geeky one, and Tootie got big. Tootie got big. I had to say that. She goes, "What? Why did Tootie get big?" I'm like, "Cause she got big," but she didn't know who.
Tootie got big.
Tootie got big. Watch it, Tootie.
But Tootie got big.
And then Joe was the tomboy.
Yep.
I liked on Family Guy when they made fun of, especially the last season of what it was called, Facts of Life, when they're like kind of almost adults. George Clooney was Joe's boyfriend.
That's right. He had hair.
And he totally had like the
mullet.
The mullet, thank you. And he's like, so on Family Guy, they go,
wasn't he the handyman in the candy shop or something like that? He was fixing it up or something like that. Yeah,
I just know eventually they were together, and so it's so terrible. It's on Clooney, cartoon Clooney. It's like, but Joe, I love you. And they cut to Joe, and she's a 5 o'clock shadow, and she's just like, look, exactly. She's like, I don't know if we can be together anymore.
Tootie was probably drinking the milk.
Tootie got the hormones, yeah. It makes sense now why people always congratulate me on my run on Facts of Life. Like, now I know, like, oh, that's what you guys are talking about. I remember you in the late 80s. Yeah, it was cool. Thanks, man.
Natalie is
funny week because I was watching an episode of Friends that happened to randomly come on, and it was where they were crossing over with other episodes. So they had Clooney and Noah Wiley, the doctors from the from ER. Yeah,
yeah, it was cute. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was a fun crossover. Absolutely. Oh. Yeah. I was going to say Natalie is Velma on the Scooby-Doo cartoons.
Mm-hmm. Oh, her voice. Oh, the voice. Oh, cool.
And speaking of voiceover people, so next week at Terrificon, I'm going to do a hangout with the Justice League, Hawkgirl, Superman, and my dear friend Susan Eisenberg, Wonder Woman.
Hello.
So that's going to be a lot of fun. But also we're doing 2 things that I'm really looking forward to. One is a Land of the Lost Sid and Marty Croft reunion.
Nice.
And also
that's my sleep stack.
The girl, exactly. The girl who played Firestar in Spider-Man and Her Amazing Friends, Kathy Griffin. Her last name is Kathy Graham, I believe. And she also, in the 60s and early 70s, was on Family Affair. And she was Sissy, Buffy and Jody's older sister.
Sissy, my sister.
I like Sissy. Sissy was great. She was a
Buffy, Jody.
Or Kathy Garver, I believe is her name. Pardon me. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. It was so funny. But she's like, hey, you want to talk to Firestar, Kathy Garver? I'm like, absolutely, man.
Yes.
She was Sissy. I'm like, F Spider-Man and Amazing Friends.
No, Firestar was my crush.
I understand.
I grew up with that, man. She had no lines on her body.
No lines whatsoever.
None.
No lines.
None.
Just all yellow.
Yep. It was all yellow.
Very shapely. Much more shapelier than Super Friends era Wonder Woman. Very
she was too stiff for me.
Yeah.
Stiff hair.
I had to pee a lot during that show.
Can we cancel out all the sexiness out of Wonder Woman, please?
Why did you have to pee a lot of during?
There was a lot of yellow. There was a lot of yellow.
Oh, that's funny.
Terrible.
I was on a phone call one time in the when people get the three-way phone call and your friends want to experiment and get all stuff. Hey, let's call someone else. Okay, let's call someone else. So we're all doing truth or dare type of questions. They're going back and forth. I can't remember any of the questions, but just one. They said, who's the hottest TV girl that you would, who do you think's the hottest? Who would you want to date? Whatever it was. And they all said their answers. And I said, I would like Firestar from Spider-Man. And they're like, well, you can't pick a cartoon. I said, no, you said it was the TV show. And then they're like, okay, we'll accept that. And then all the other guys on there said, I like to change my answer. So I thought that was pretty funny.
A hell of an Algonquin roundtable you got there already.
Yeah, well, we're like 20 and 19 years old.
Yeah, Artie was the Dorothy Parker of that one.
Sorry, let's go around the horn. Who's our favorite TV woman?
I'm going to go with Jeannie.
Oh, yeah. That's a good one.
Which one?
Jeannie from I Dream of
Jeannie.
Jeannie.
Of course, Barbara Eden. Of course, absolutely.
Yeah, that's going to be my vote.
Go on, Francis.
For me, it would have to be Farrah Fawcett.
Oh my God, iconic!
Yeah, that's an excellent choice.
That alone got me through many. Well, it got me through puberty, the entire thing.
I would say myself. I don't know. Does she count as TV? I was going to say Cheryl Teagues.
Yes.
The SI model.
No, that counts as paper.
Then Cheryl Ed. Then for me, it's Cheryl Ed.
That works.
I do have a Barbara Eden story. I think I've told it before. She was at Chicago. She came to the Score.
Barbara.
They were remodeling the Aladdin Casino in Vegas, and she was married to a Chicago real estate mogul for like her second marriage. Her first marriage was to Kang from Star Trek, Michael Ansara.
Barbara.
But anyway, so I meet Barbara Eden, and she's tiny. She's like barely 5'5" in heels. She's really, really tiny. She's nice, and she's saying hello to everybody, shaking everyone's hands. And I'm like, Ms. Eden, you'll forgive me. I said, but when I said you were probably one of my first crushes when I was a kid watching I Dream of Jeannie, and she just
Johnny.
She just did this withering look like. Yeah, that's charming.
She said,
"Go walked away," and needless to say, she immediately because she was on my list as well, just like Scope. But unfortunately, my personal encounter with Miss Eden was less than gratifying, so therefore she fell down in my book.
Yeah.
Way back in the day, Artie and I worked on the I Dream of Jeannie book. Way back in the day,
she improved on my drawing. She liked my drawing.
Yeah, it was and they are beautiful. We've shown them on the show before. That's true.
If I had to pick besides an animated character, I'd have to go because it reoccurs. Because I'm thinking, of course, you go over Rachel with Friends.
Rachel,
but long term is always Batgirl or Linda Carter.
Oh yeah, Jesus,
those two are what molded me.
Yvonne Craig, very much.
Rachel, she kept me going.
Wayne has an interesting point. No, Barbara. No Barbara.
Barbara Walters is good. She'd be the fourth one. Barbara.
I did meet Dawn Wells though from Gilligan's Island.
Oh my God!
So did I. Very sweet.
She was great. And I'm like, hey, because at the time this was the '90s, and I think for the TBS reruns. They used to do Ginger versus Marianne. And I'm like, hey, Dawn, no contest. I'm like, don't get me wrong. Tina Louise is a lovely woman, but you any day. And she's like, you're goddamn right. I'm the hottest one on that island. And
she told me the same thing. She told me the same thing. I said, you were
she
much
probably gets
more
that every
beautiful.
time. Yeah, every time.
But I
said, you're damn right I was.
And she's like, you're goddamn right I was the hottest one on
she
the
told
island.
me the same thing. You're damn right I was. Yeah.
She's
Scottie,
awesome.
who's your favorite? Tootie?
I like Tootie. Tootie's all right.
Tootie's all right.
When she was on the show where the girls were in the apartment with the doorbell, I forgot what it was called.
Wolfie,
Living Single?
Yeah, Living Signal. I used to watch that. Tootie was on there.
Oh, that's right. That was her. That was the spinoff, right?
She was to break.
Right.
No, she wasn't Tootie. She was another character. But
yeah, wasn't there like a
that the Lisa
controversy
Bonet show?
about that? That was on the year before Friends, and they were accused of stealing that kind of premise for Friends and stuff.
Jesus, yeah. Good luck. I mean, yeah. How about a show called The Monkees in the '60s? I know there were no women on it, but like, yeah, lots of group of friends shows. I'm
in
like,
the apartment.
that's
It's possible.
The Sweat Hogs, for God's sake.
What
They were the original Friends.
It's the Kater.
Yeah.
Hey,
did you ever see
in a very expensive apartment?
It's the Kater. I'm in love with Rachel. Yeah.
Did you ever see the Saturday Night Live skit with Sweat Hogs? And it was Sweat Hogs and Quentin Tarantino.
Yes.
Where they had I just recently discovered that.
Yeah, that's like
and it was with they had the two hitmen and then the Sweat Hogs shot them. And then later they went to class and then at the end of the episode, Lenny and Squeaky came in with guns and shot all the Sweat Hogs. I ruined the spoiler, but man, it was so good. And I saw that and I clipped it, copied and sent it to everyone. Sent it to my wife. And she's like, "Where did you find this?" Lenny and Squiggy are the unexpected thing.
Absolutely.
Oh, it's so good. It was and Barbarino was played by Travolta. And that was the best part. What?
He's always had a good
Adam
sense of humor
Sandler
about
was
himself.
Epstein.
Yeah.
Was that
one of the few Jimmy Fallon Tonight Show bits where he got Travolta to do they did dueling Barbarinos, and it was pretty funny.
Travolta's always had a good sense of humor about himself.
Yeah.
And stuff like that.
I love that he shaved his head. I'm so happy that he shaved his head.
Yeah, because that resodding job that he did for a while looked really bad.
Resodding.
Well, it looked like he was wearing a yarmulke or something.
He had the lawn maintenance guys coming once a week.
It's like they put masking tape around his head and spray it.
Exactly.
Okay, that's good.
It's not believable at all. Yeah.
But it was because he was on a show recently where he did a dance, like that.
Yeah.
And so we were watching it on the big screen in the living room. And my wife said, "Look at John Travolta's dancing." And after he danced, I'm like, "What's the big deal?" And I did the same dance in front of her. She goes, "Oh, okay. It's not that hard."
No, it really isn't.
But it was, but he had a bald head, which I was really happy about.
He looks good, bald though.
He looks awesome.
Well, and he can play bad guys now more. And he needs to slap on a wig the way Sean Connery did. All right, you need me with hair? I'll put on hair.
He should just embrace it. He doesn't have to pretend to be Vinny Barbarino. Just be yourself, John. I know he had a rough time the last few years.
Yeah, his wife died, right?
Yeah.
And the son, that's right.
Yeah, but just embrace it. Just do whatever,
We totally skipped over Skoke's female pick. So who did you pick? Like
he said
iCarly
Jimmy.
or
I started us off with Barbara.
that's right. Yeah.
Did you have a number 2?
Yeah, she came on every morning during the summers when I was off of school. She was on every day on I forget what channel it was, but it was her and then the Hulk. I mean,
yeah. Hulk's a good pick.
The Hulk's not like number 2 after Barbara Eden on my list.
No, you can't change it now. Number 1 was Barbara Eden. Number 2 was the Hulk for you.
He's the Hulk.
But the Hulk would be
acceptable. Let Lou know. They'll be thrilled.
The Hulk's acceptable because in the Hulk pilot, the girl who was in the movie, the other scientist, she was really, really attractive woman. And when you're 10 years old watching that, you're like, she looked really good. Oh, getting a text.
Well, that's right. She dies.
So
with the beginning of the show, not only is he at his grave, but he's at the scientist who dies grave.
Yeah.
David Banner is believed to be dead.
Well, we had the overt crushes, but what were your secret low key crushes? Like
Christy
for me,
McNichol.
Christy McNichol. That's a good one. For me, it was Pam Dauber.
I love Pam Dauber.
Oh, Mark and Mindy.
She's all right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, massively so.
Yeah.
And also Jan Smithers Bailey from WKRP.
Yes.
Very sexy.
Yeah.
Very sexy.
Yeah.
I would go with Janet from the Janet Show.
Yeah, that was
Janet.
You an original art. That was your share.
Yeah, Janet. Yeah, with the curly hair Janet though. That's specific.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, curly hair Janet.
You know, she ended up dating Johnny Carson's lawyer, Henry Bushkin, bombastic Bushkin. And I only know that because Henry Bushkin wrote this like really mean book about Johnny Carson and said, you know, we would double date, Johnny and his wife and me and my girlfriend then, Joyce DeWitt. And I'm like, Janet, stepping up. Guy with money.
Nice.
Very funny.
Yeah.
I like it.
Well,
it's good.
Well, yeah, it's good. It's good. Well, thanks everybody for coming out. It's fun. I think we're at a good stopping point. We're gonna do this again sometime in the near.
Yeah, I gotta go pick up kids.
In the near.
Text me.
Yeah, we're gonna do this in the near future, like in the next 3 months or something. We'll be back. So
next year.
Yeah.
We'll
3 months.
We'll see you when the Leafs turn. Take it easy. Next week, Terrificon. If you're in the tri-state area of Connect Ticket, Francis is going to be there. I'm going to be there doing lots of panels. I'm doing a Superman panel with Paul Kupperberg where it's a videotape VCRS of Julie Schwartz from 1988 talking about the history of Superman behind the scenes, all the creatives behind it.
That's cool.
It's really interesting.
I'm gonna read that or watch it, whatever I got to do to see it.
Yeah, we're gonna turn it into a video. But first, we'll do it as a live presentation.
Oh, will they stream anything from Terrificon or no?
No, well, I don't know. I don't believe so, but there is a video crew there, and I will have access to put panels on the Word Balloon channel, so that'll be good, and give me several hours of Word Balloon episodes. So that's always nice too. But cannot wait. I'm worried about the Delta variant. I won't deny it, but if this is like my only chance to have any sort of vacation before then, it's like I don't mind getting out of the state.
Yeah, you got to take it.
Yeah,
just take the precautions. I'm going to be wearing a mask the whole time, so it is what it is.
I'm only going to wear a mask down near my crotchtal area.
The tenant.
Yeah.
By the tenants.
That's called a thong, Johnny. That's called a thong.
Keep them pocketed real good, Johnny.
Exactly.
Like that.
I'm going to heat my
hoist them up.
I'm going to heat my tenants to about 170.
On the inside of your mask, draw a cock and balls on the inside of your mask. You'll be fine.
Yes. Draw the jump, Johnny.
The Verjunt. Oh, bring back the Verjunt. I miss it.
Don't worry. The Verjunt's very prominent right now. Thank God I'm swimming.
Is he coming back?
Trying.
Nice.
Trying. But right now, definitely. Verjunt's there.
The Verjunt.
Nice.
Yes.
Thanks, everybody, for coming out. Appreciate it. Oh, yeah, podcast number 388, I think it was. Thank you. Follow us when you see us. I like Pink very much, Lois.
Like Pink very
much. I like it, too.
I like Kathleen very much, Lois.
Kathleen.
Yeah.
You guys are awesome. Follow us when you see us. We'll be doing things that are weird, but stay tuned. Just keep an eye on us, and it'll all make sense when it's over. Good night. Okay, bye-bye. Finally gets